Hello students, today we are going to study news sources. See, several things make news and many sources which we have already studied or novelty, personal impact, local news, even crime is a very good source and sex, money, conflict, religion, and so many. So these are the news sources which we have already studied. And now in today's class we are going to study press release, handout release. So what is this press release? This press release is signed or unsigned documents prepared by anybody to publish in a mass medium. So this is also a very good source for news. So what is press release? It is signed or unsigned documents prepared by anybody. It could be prepared by Chief Minister of a state or a principal of an institution or by a teacher or by any person to publish in a mass medium. Usually governmental or non-governmental officials, office bearers of political parties and celebrities prepare it. Individuals also can prepare handouts to publish. Some news. So individuals, common people, they can also prepare handouts to publish some news. It is prepared and produced in written form. This is form. Every day, a number of releases flew to newsrooms. Every day they get news release or press release from politicians, government offices, and they will never find time or space in the newspaper to publish all those releases, and they'll give priority to to the important ones first. And next, this is press conference. So what is press conference? A formal conference of newsmen conducted by anybody who has something to reveal through media. See, it's a formal conference of newsmen conducted by anybody who has something to reveal through media. So anybody here, we have to underline this word. Here, as a common man cannot call for a press conference. He should be a celebrity or known person. Only then press will give importance and they will come. So the presenter gets an opportunity to chat with newsmen. Face-to-face description gives a chance to personal interaction and discussion. So this is the biggest advantage of press conference. Though anybody can conduct a press conference, as I said, anybody can conduct, but still there is a limitation. The celebrity or subject of discussion decides relevance. So if a celebrity calls for a press conference or if a political person calls for a press conference, that is highly important to press. So usually it is an exercise of dignitaries. Media conference and news conference are relative terms used as synonyms of press conference. So both are same. Media conference and news conference are used as synonyms for the word press conference. So all these mean together the same thing. And next we'll see this meet the press. So what is this meet the press? This is just like a press conference. It is a formal conference of media persons. But meet the press is conducted by the media people themselves. So this is the basic difference. See, press conference will be organized by the celebrity or a political person. Understand? This is organized or this is called by the political person. Here, meet the press is conducted by the media people themselves to chat with a celebrity. So newsmen take initiative to conduct a meeting and invite intended personality. They discuss matters and they used to share ideas or interests in that meet the press. So practically, meet the press and press conference are same, but theoretically they are not same. Next, media briefing or press briefing. So what is this briefing? So similar to news conference, briefing is get together of media people. So what is briefing? Similar to news conference, briefing is get together of media people. They chat with somebody on live issues. So instead of real office bearer or a dignitary, a spokesperson is addressed on behalf of the original source. So the authority authorizes the spokesman to deliver matters. Say repeat, instead of real office bearer or dignitary, any office or any institution, they will appoint a spokesperson. Understand, they will appoint a spokesperson and the spokesperson will speak on behalf of the original source. So the spokesperson will speak on behalf of the institution or any office or any non-governmental organization. The authority authorizes the spokesman to deliver matters. Sometimes a political person, so PA will be appointed as a spokesperson for the particular person and he will speak on behalf of the politician. So this is briefing. And next, interview. See, an interview is a conversation between two or more persons and you must know the purpose of any interview. What is the purpose of any interview? What is the purpose? The purpose is to elicit information on behalf of an unseen people, on behalf of an unseen audience. So this is the purpose. So interview is a conversation by someone to somebody concentrating on a particular matter with an aim that is called interview. So media folk always use this technique to explore news. This is what we have in our channels, local channels, Asianet, Madhabhumi, that is news discussions, news hour, we have at 7 o'clock, 7:30 if I'm right. Sometimes it is a conversational exchange of information, isn't it? And there is one way to conduct, there is no way to conduct an interview. But the principles of conducting interview is very important and we have to strictly follow those principles. The first one is you have to do as an interviewer, you have to do what works for you and you have to be yourself. And you must be sincerely interested not in the person you are interviewing, but in what he or she has to say. And if you ask a scintillating question, you will get same kind of answer. If you ask a dull question, you will get only a dull answer. So you must know how to frame interesting questions. And communication is successful when one person feels free to say what he really thinks and feels. Hence, the interviewer must develop an attitude to understand the message from the speaker's point of view. It is finally the interviewer's job to fashion the raw data into a coherent news story. So the purpose of the interview, the purpose may not be served if the interviewee does not want to be interviewed. So you must first find out the interest of the interviewee. And you must conduct a background research. Background research means reading documents and making preliminary research to prepare a proper questionnaire. And you must request and plan your interview. See, planning your interview means mapping out the areas you want to explore. Usually in an interview, one question will lead to other questions, but all questions should be kept short and simple, and also conversational and informal. And next thing that the interviewer should keep in mind is meeting and icebreaker a conversation. That is, first few questions are the most important in the sense that the interviewee will be prepared to answer the questions. So they must be in the form of introduction and to put the interviewee at ease. So once the icebreaker stage is passed, you can proceed with the business. That is, you can start with the thorough explanation of the purpose. The main purpose of any interview is to get specific answers to questions. So you must ask for the specific whenever generalizations creep in. So before completing the interview, start with a hint that you are about or ready to close the interview. So it is also wise to seek permission to check answers to the questions. And apart from all these, one has to be alert to get to know from the interviewee whether it is meant only for the conversation or also for printing. So these are the principles that you must know before interviewing a person. And next, I'm moving on to another topic, the qualities of a good reporter. The qualities of a good reporter, I do not know whether you have studied already. Just I'm going to brief this topic. See, the world has become small on account of the fast changes and developments in the field of communication and transport. And journalism and the quality of the reporter become very important now. So a good reporter is expected to keep himself abreast of times in which he lives. And he is also expected to possess certain qualities. And first one is, a reporter has to function as an agent to disseminate information to the society's needs. So what is the first point? A reporter has to function as an agent to disseminate information according to the society's needs. And a responsible reporter is expected to provide accurate information through his report. His information must be confirmed. He must check and ensure that whatever he states in it is reliable. And the second important point is speed. Because speed is another point that the reporter cannot afford to ignore. Because the news of today becomes the history of tomorrow. So if the news is to be of some value, it must be presented to the people before it becomes stale. So punctuality also may be stated as an essential quality to make reporting effective and purposeful. And the next is, a reporter should have the ability to organize activities. The time is at his disposal and the time may be short, but the number of engagements he has to cover may be varied and vast. So within the minimum time, he must be able to achieve the maximum coverage. So it requires careful thinking, planning and organizing of one's activities. Meet you next class. I stop here. Thank you.